This is awesome. I'm in line for Krispy Kreme right now. I can't wait to sink my teeth in them. This is awesome.
I think that our customers do enjoy a sweet taste treat. It all starts there with the product. Hi, I'm Stan Parker, Senior Vice President of Marketing at Krispy Kreme. Our customer is everyone everywhere. The extensive research we did about 2 years ago really validated that.
Krispy Kreme, I love you guys! Oh!
Kids of all ages enjoy them, and I think it becomes part of a tradition, really, for families. They may go to the store to celebrate a really good report card, or their team won a game. Just part of what's going on out there naturally. It's not something that we went out and created. We do some things for kids. We have a good grades program where kids can bring in their report cards, and for every A, they get a free donut.
Thank you, ma'am. You keep up the good work. Thank you.
We often sponsor in local markets youth sports teams, and kids can come in after the game with their uniform on and get a free donut. We do store tours with the younger groups where they come in and learn about how donuts are made and raw materials and some of those things. Because there's such interest among kids, we've tried to create programs that they might have fun with. One of the learnings we've gotten is that the donut category, while it may exist in a market like England, it exists in a very different way than we do it. The focus group participant has a hard time conceptualizing Krispy Kreme. I think that's because it's a brand that you really have to experience, and when we go into new markets, we have to be who we are. We end up redefining a category. It's a category that people think about one way before we get there, and our approach and our product and the way we do things are so different that we're going to lead with our strength, which is donuts and coffee, and try to help people understand who we are.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone was concerned that we went to open in California. I think it was '99. We opened our first stores in Southern California. That, you know, how successful it's going to be because all the health-conscious Southern California people. Southern California has been one of the most popular Krispy Kreme markets of all. You know, it's more about us focusing on what we do best, creating the environment where customers can have that great experience, and that takes care of itself. My name is Steve Bumgarner, Director of Marketing at Krispy Kreme. I spend most of my time working with local store marketing, which is really our grassroots marketing and PR all across the country. As we enter a market, you got to look at what plays and what doesn't. Krispy Kreme is about the hot donut experience. That is core to the brand. And then there are things that kind of are extended personality of the brand. And one of those things is the history, the heritage, the Americana of Krispy Kreme. And so you may play those things up more in certain markets, but what won't change is the brand is about the hot donut experience. So in some countries, the Americana may play more, like Japan. In other countries like Canada, Americana may not play as well. So you know, you stay true. What will translate from country to country and from city to city in the U.S. is the Krispy Kreme is a hot donut. I remember one time someone that worked with our New York City franchise group, he'd recently come on board that group and wanted to play Southern music in the New York City stores. You know, we're like, why would you want to play Southern music? It's not a Southern donut chain. It's a hot donut chain that happens to be from the South and happens to be 65 years old. The years and the history and the fact that we're from the South just give it personality. What's central to the brand is the hot donut experience, and that's who we are. And we just kind of focus on what we do and not worry about sometimes consumer perception as it relates to things that may keep people from coming, and just focus on reasons why people should come.
Kids love hats. So we put paper hats on kids. The other thing we do is that we do tours for kids. Try not to schedule more than 2 a day. Usually schedule them during the early part of the week.
Come over here so you can all see. This is the machine that makes the donuts. See real good? Cool. You want to touch and see how sticky it is? It's sticky. Doesn't feel like a donut, does it? All right, we'll go down here and show you how they get bigger. See how much bigger they are down here?
We always talk to kids and say, you know, if you worked here and you wear your hat, you get to eat all the donuts you want for free. So it's so cute for them to say, they turn to their mom or dad or grandmom and say, when I get old enough to work, I'm going to work at Krispy Kreme.
Don't touch your
chocolate on.
You ready? All right, pick it up. Oh, great. Okay, you want sprinkles? Drop it in. Oh, flip
You
it.
just tell them. They go home and they go, Mom, Dad, guess what I did today? I made a Krispy Kreme, because in their mind, they made one.
All right.
I am Jimmy Strickland. I am the area developer for Western Missouri and for the state of Kansas. Demographically, you know, we certainly appeal to families. The whole donut theater and being able to see the whole process happening, you're really not marketing it to one segment or to one particular group or to one particular income. You know, our product crosses all boundaries. You know, when we start looking for sites, you know, one of the things we always look for is car counts. Certainly that is a big part of our business. We try to have at least 35,000 cars a day in front of the stores. Metcalf, which is right out in front of the store here in Overland Park, Kansas, has a traffic count of about 47,000. People's headlights are directly talking to our hot light in our stores, that when the hot light's on, then the headlights of a car, they kind of talk to each other and it makes your car automatically pull into it. You can get too many cars though. The other thing is that you want to have is a good household income, not too high but not too low. Somewhere probably 45 to 50,000 average household income. And you want a certain amount of rooftops, homes, and you want a certain amount of retail business as well. People do plan to come here. And if they're going to the mall or going to the movie theater, you know, part of their plan is after the movies, we're going to stop by Krispy Kreme and get donuts. Or we're going shopping this Saturday. Part of the process is we're going to stop by Krispy Kreme during our day's process. So it's a planned event.
When I pick up each grandchild for a half day together, and the first thing I say when I pick them up is, what do you want to do first? And they always say, let's go to Krispy Kreme first.
We happen to be sitting in a lot that also has a Babies R Us, which has a great draw for families, expecting moms, grandmothers, grandfathers. I mean, it's got that kind of great draw. So you want to have a certain amount of retail, certain amount of residential. You want to have good traffic out in front of you. You don't need just all one certain thing, but you need a lot of little pieces to make the whole thing fit together perfectly. Kansas City is broke up into 28 different municipalities. There are 28 different mayors in town. So every area really becomes very close and segmented. People usually don't travel outside of that area. Our average customer for this store drives about 7 miles to get here. If somebody's coming from 7 miles, you know a certain percentage are coming 2 blocks. So that means there's a lot of people that are coming 14 miles. So we have a tremendous regional draw. I mean, it crosses a lot of boundaries, which again is a beauty of the product because of who it appeals to. It appeals to everybody. You can't find many people. Now, they may be on a diet and don't want to eat a donut, but you can't find many people that just don't like the taste of a Krispy Kreme donut.
I mean, it's kind of funny. You go to a Krispy Kreme store and say it's a Friday morning, watch the different people that are in line and the amount of donuts they're buying. So someone may be buying for breakfast for themselves and they've got the kids and they come and sit down. Right behind them may be somebody that's, on their way to work and getting a cup of coffee and maybe a donut. Behind them is a salesman that's, got 10 dozen and 5 dozen each arm and they're going to take donuts to their clients. There's all these different kind of reasons why people buy. It's either for self or for others, and so often at Krispy Kreme it is sharing, and so that's one of the things that makes it unique, that people take Krispy Kreme donuts places as a reward or to share, and so that kind of diversifies the purchases. It's not just about someone eating a donut for themselves, it's about sharing it with someone else. I was in Mississauga outside Toronto for an opening last December, and there was these guys that were just, they were pumped up about Krispy Kreme. They had on a regular basis gone to Dallas, Texas for whatever reason. I think it was for hockey or something. They would go down there for some conference or convention or sporting event, and they were diehard Krispy Kreme fans, and they were so excited. And people were saying, "Oh, it's my first Krispy Kreme donut." I'm from Canada. I've never had Krispy Kremes. And these guys were just so proud to be that Krispy Kreme has come to Canada, and Krispy Kreme came to Toronto, and they were sharing with their friends and drug their friends out there. And so you go to an opening and you see those stories of people dragging their 3 friends or 3 best friends or their co-workers for the first time to have a hot donut.
First in line.
Yep.
When'd you get here?
4 o'clock yesterday. A bunch of our friends, and these 3 cars right here, we're all friends, and we all decided that we'd come hang out here and be part of history, I guess.
We opened our first store in New York. We made sure that we reached out to Southern transplants that were in New York City, because we knew they would tell their stories and they would tell their friends and bring their friends to come into the store.
You love them?
Yeah.
Have you had them before?
Yes. 20 years.
20 years. Where'd you have your first one?
Starbucks coffee. Florida. Daytona Beach.
How does Krispy Kreme break through? I think it's by being in places at unexpected times and just kind of being genuine and being natural and local and humble. It's kind of sticking to those brand principles. And because we're not bombarding our consumers with messages, usually when they see Krispy Kreme or hear Krispy Kreme on the radio, I think they listen because they have an affection for us. And so they kind of see, oh, what's Krispy Kreme up to now? When you pop in there top of mind by doing a delivery to a radio station or being at a community event, they think about Krispy Kreme. It kind of rekindles that relationship.